This is David Stevens with Finwealth Builders. Today is Thursday, August 11th, 2022, the stock market update for our trades of the day. And what a day it is. Boy, the Bulls continue to play with us, and we like it. So hopefully you're successful in your trades today. But we'll go into it, take a look at what's going on, see what's coming up as we close out the rest of this week. But so far, a great week. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to our channel, Finwealth Live, and also, show a like for our videos if they are helpful for you and help you in your trading. Hopefully, this is educational for you as well as help you to get some ideas if you're looking. Because sometimes, when I started out, it was hard to find ideas for what to trade. So hopefully, this will bring some comfort to you and help you to be successful. And also continue to definitely join our Discord. We have a free Discord link out here where we post what we're trading and what numbers we're going in to the trades and when we're getting out and when we're taking profit. So hopefully that can be helpful for you as well. But again, these are our trades. So definitely just don't take them because we're trading them. Definitely do your own research and decisions. But definitely join us here. And also you can watch our video here, which will tell us more about what we do at finwealthlive.com. So let's look at the market here. So you can see Dow Jones closed up 0.08%, NASDAQ down 0.85%, and S&P 500 down 0.07%. You see we had a nice little gap up here and then kind of ran out of gusto and kind of flushed down and sold off towards the end of the day. Same with NASDAQ, a nice little V shape right here. And then kind of a consolidation and then a sell-off. Same with S&P 500, not as much as a V-shape cut, but we did gap up quite a bit for S&P 500. Try to rally up again. They'll come down. So what does that mean? Well, we'll get into as we get into the charts here. But you see that money was flowing back out of the tech stocks, which were heavily elevated. There's a lot of money that was flowing into the market, and so it took a little bit of a rest today, which is normal. A little bit of a pullback and retracement. Energy, continues to have some money flowing back in there, so energy's showing some strength again. Looking at our scanner here, nothing really hit like high volume and high percentage. We look for usually something over 100% to trade, as well as something over at least 50 to 100 million shares if we can, ideally. But sometimes these work out well. But definitely this would have been light for today, so we did not trade anything there. Looking at the E-mini, the futures, the live right now, how the market's doing, how it is doing after hours. You can see this was our low consolidation area, and you can see that we gapped up and broke out of that area to try to tag in some new highs, which we did, and then we pulled right back in, and we're back into this little zone, almost down. If we break down, into this area here, this 41.89 will be back into this consolidation zone again. So we're not quite there yet, but we are kind of in this one area where we're there for just about a day. So you can see we're back in there. So we'll see if that, we see continued weakness this week and selling through Friday. Just be cautious here. Definitely could be some profit taking, especially after this long run. Definitely see that a lot of people would be wanting to lock in some profits here on these new highs. Looking at Friday, we have the import price index coming up, so just something to be aware of. Not as critical as what we had earlier this week, so just something to be aware of as we come in Friday. There is going to be a little bit of news, but not a whole lot that should influence the market. Looking at our calls and puts, those who are taking contracts for and against the market. You see this week was different because we had heavy calls coming in, and you see the max pain's 400. We're still hovering around that 410 area. 410 is rewarding this large group here of 400s, right on a break even on these 410s. So these higher calls up here, they may be hurting, may not have as much as profits. But these people who are shorting the market, which is a lot less than I've seen the last several weeks. A lot less people shorting. So that means probably everybody started flipping again finally, because we had 3 to 1, 3 people short the market to 1 person, on a long call. We're still through 2 to 1, so it's still pretty high. a lot more calls flowing in. So people started to make that shift to bullish, which, sometimes people do that in the market, and then also the market reverses on you again. So we'll see what happens. This is Max Payne 400. We'll see if the market decides to come down tomorrow and shut out some of these more calls. But obviously, if things remain elevated tomorrow, you'll see profit taking tomorrow on these people taking money off these calls that expire tomorrow. Look at the earnings here. Rivian traded this one at the end of the day. Not bad. It didn't move a whole lot, just enough to make a few bucks. I'll be definitely watching it in the morning because it was, man, it was flexible. Man, there's so many opportunities up and down on Rivian, so we'll be checking that out in the morning, see if we can get some more. But that was it. And then Friday, I didn't really have anything on the list. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it, but nothing there. So Tuesday was really our big day. Looking at Rivian here on the 15-minute chart, you can see here, this was the close. So the close on the market here, you can see drop from 39, down here to, this 37.50, rocketed back up to 450, 40.50 above all these, our trend line here, back down again to the bottom. So we kind of zigzagged up and down. So if you're shorting it, you got some on the back, top, the bottom end right away. If you're going long on it, you came out there as well. And then if you're shorting it, again, boy, you just got to ride three directions. But also, if you're in the wrong side of the trade, it was interesting that Rivian gave you a chance to get out, or and also be profitable on both directions. So that's very unusual for earnings to see. It gave you so much opportunity, but we took advantage of it. It was good. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. See if we get some more volatility. But you can see it's kind of just been up and down through this entire range here. But we did kind of blow it out on the spike on 40.50. So Rivian looking good. So we'll see what we can do tomorrow. The trade desk, just a rocket ride. And we talked about, you get some retracements going on here. And you see this range right here, we retraced back today, this little range here. So if we break that range, very well could retrace again back down to this candle. So looking to see if we break this 70, 72 level, see if we get a retracement back towards, this 64 level. If we hold this, we could kind of bounce and maybe we consolidate here. But again, just looking for some direction on the trade desk, but it may give us another opportunity tomorrow. So we'll be checking that out. All right, looking at coin, nice earnings rally that we had up to this 101 area. And you see our trend line up here. And then a nice sell-off today, just a sell-off all the way back down to the lows, kind of where we just started. So you can see here we had this big spike up, pullback, another spike up, a slight pullback, spike up to another high, and then a pullback all the way back down. So you can see how the market kind of just flows, ebbs and flows. So you had huge opportunities in coin. I mean, this is a great stock for for long rides in both directions. So again, kind of like the Rivian, I like these kind of trades because they give you so much opportunity. If you feel like the market's flat or not doing anything, it's very much alive, and there is stocks that are giving you lots of opportunity. Looking at Tesla here, just consolidation. You see we consolidated a lot in this range, and we're kind of still stuck in that range. If we break down, below, 840, that's one thing. Otherwise, I think we're just still range bound here, maybe for a while. So just kind of looking for a continuation play here in this area until we break out or break down. Microsoft rallied up here, spiked this area right here. You can see this was a big consolidation zone here, and then came back down. So it did not get through that area. So we're just kind of back in this zone that we've been in before. Amazon spiked again, tried to get above, didn't hold it, came back in to this zone here. So again, we're just kind of staying range bound on a lot of these stocks. They're trying to break through, which tells me, the bulls may be weakening a little bit. So just something to keep in mind. Apple as well in this new channel they got into, but you can see we've been there before. And again, April seems like a big day you see across the board. So we're kind of back in the April zones. And so we'll see if we can hold that and break it. But right now we're stuck in the zone for Apple as well. Chipotle pull back here. We talked about this one that we, kind of hit this peak up here. We're back into this little zone right here. So if we break down below 1600, look for us to pull back here again a little bit further. Otherwise, we could be trapped in this little range here for a while. NVIDIA spiked up to try to get in this upper zone, which we've been, before back in May, April, May, June. And we're back there again, try to spike it, failed. So now we're back in this lower zone again. So we'll see if we pull back down towards the bottom here, towards 170, or if we can try to spike back up and try to get above 180 and start to run again. Definitely, go to FinWealth Live on our YouTube channel. Definitely watch our video. So you can learn more about us and see what we can do to help you to become a better trader. U.S. oil, kind of stuck in this zone, back and forth. So it's more kind of towards, this 100. So it's kind of in the middle of the zone right now. We'll see if we can get some strength to go, further. But right now it's kind of just stuck in that zone area. Dollar stuck in this as well, kind of range bound as well. Let's see this candle here. That's where the stock's just kind of just traveling here. Yeah, this big candle almost matches that candle. So we're kind of stuck in that zone on the dollar as well. Gold came up, top of this candle, rejected, kind of curling back down. So we'll see if it holds here. May consolidate, but we did hit the top of that candle, which is creating some resistance on gold. VIX continues to come down right on that support line. It looks like it tried to bounce a little bit today. That's something to pay attention to. If we get another bounce, if this is kind of the support area, we get a bounce off that 20, we may start to reverse up here. And if we do, the VIX starts to spike up, then the market will start to come back down and retrace. So you can see here, that's where it found resistance before and it spiked up. So we're kind of right here. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that in the morning, see what it's doing on a weekly basis. You see this was last resistance down in this area. So we're reaching that resistance area again. Span of 15 minutes, you can see yesterday, we kind of just consolidated in this chop, gapped up, came up, put in that high right off the upper deviation band, and then rejected off of that, came back down, and look at where we ended up at the end of the day. Right back where we were yesterday in the same zone. So do we break up again above 420 tomorrow and rally back up and do a retest of that high? That's possible. So look for, a retest, possibly if we get above 420 in the morning, to run back up there again and maybe retest that area, which is very common for the stock market to do. Or if we get a rejection and we stay below this 20, and maybe become range bound in this area. But if we do break 417, you see we have this huge gap down here to 411. So just something to keep an eye on. So we'll see how the SPY ends the week. But definitely watch the 420 and the 417 area for support and resistance. On a daily, you can see here again, 417, this is where that comes from, this little range here. We're kind of bound in that and broke out up towards the top of this candle. And that's where we rejected. We rejected right on the top of that candle. I have this one marked out as well at 428.53. So that would be the next goal for it to go to. It would be this 428 if it can get some momentum going here. But if not, then it could break back down into this little zone here. On a weekly basis, you can see here, we spiked right to the top of this candle and rejected. So we're kind of range bound. You see the bottom of the candle is, closer to right here. So this is the candle we were chasing. This is the next candle to chase on a weekly basis. So that's what we're kind of keeping an eye on. See what we do. Triple Qs on daily, spiked above the 200 and failed, came back. We're back in this zone again, as you can see where we were back in May. Semiconductors, here's our zone. We're still stuck in this zone. So we're just kind of right in the middle of this zone below the 200. So we're kind of range bound right now on the semiconductors. On the IWM, so the Russell 2000, we broke above and held above, barely, that resistance area. Sorry about that alarm there. So now you see this little zone here that we're in. So we'll see if we can hold that now that we're above it. If not, we could come back down into this area here. But right now, it looks like it's trying to get a breakout and hold. Financials, nice break up to the 200 and then pull back. So we'll see if we can hold that area. But right now, we're kind of getting rejected right here. And you can see we kind of consolidated for several days before when we hit this area, and then we pull back. So we'll see, do we pull, break out this time, or are we going to do the same thing and pull back? Energy sector. See, you can see we're trying to spike it. So this is the second time. Once, twice. So we'll see if we can break through right now to start running back up there. But again, resistance twice here, so it very well could pull back here. Bitcoin, trying to break through. Again, I said, we've been banging at the top there, trying to break through that resistance area. If the spike can close strong tomorrow, I have a good feeling that Bitcoin is going to be able to break out over the weekend, over this 25,000. So looking for that to happen. Ethereum broke above that resistance area and is trying to hold. And we have a little bit of a zone, you can see here. I didn't mark it out here, but let me mark it out right now. It's pretty obvious. So you can see here this huge consolidation before the breakdown, and then we are kind of in that area. So we could become range bound again in this area between 1800 and 2100 for a while, because we were there before for a few weeks. So something to be aware of. This is slow moving, trying to get some momentum, but let's see if we can hold that area as we move back towards that 200-day moving average. So that's our stocks, our cryptos. Those are things you need to know as you get ready for tomorrow as we close out this week. Again, join our Discord if you haven't already. That way you can get our information, and we can help to build a community here of investors who can work together to make money. But this is our last video for this week. We bring videos Sunday through Thursday on the days that the market's trading. So we'll be here back Sunday night to get prepped for the next week here coming up. So definitely join us, and hopefully you find this helpful. And if you do, give us a little bit of like, and continue to subscribe to our videos. With all that said, that's all we have for tonight. Everybody, safe trading tomorrow. We'll touch base on Sunday, see how your trades went, and how we want to prep out for this next week, which could be a critical week here, since we're kind of at a critical support resistance area in the market, and we may close out very much flat for this week as we come in tomorrow, but we'll see. But it's been a great week so far. Everybody have a great night.